my son likes to bowl, so he took me bowling on Monday night. We went to Winnetka Bowl or something up Winnetka. That's the road, I guess. And big balls.
Yeah.
So we played 4 games, and I took 3 out of 4.
Nice.
And he's like, my son's been bowling for a little bit. He goes, "Oh, you don't even bowl. How did you beat me?" I said, "I used to bowl when I was a kid."
Yeah.
I said, "So I just had to get back in the routine of the situation." I said, "I got a trophy when I was a kid. Duck pins, little balls, but, you know."
You should have told him, what do you think? When we get older, our talents go away?
No, we just, I said, I can't fling it. I couldn't fling it, but I would go slow, melodic, and the ball would go slow, but it would knock them all down.
Nice. I went to the auction.
What auction?
On Saturday. I bought those 2 pieces. The Yankees.
Yeah, did they have any Red Sox stuff?
They didn't. No, they had like a Magic Johnson. They had a Mike Tyson. They had a Manny Pacquiao. They had a Mayweather, like signed gloves, autographed.
That's nice, that 1961 Yankees.
Yeah. And one of the main reasons I got that is because of Mickey Mantle and how important he is. Just in general, the U.S., Yankees history, and what is there more American than the Yankees?
Red Sox.
The Red Sox. Oh, I forgot the Red Sox. That's right. But this week has been also crazy with everything that's developing, huh?
Yeah, it's a little slower. It's a little slow because it's kind of like an overspill from last week with the Epstein shit, and because
Dan Bongino is in a fight with Pam Bondi right now.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
but
so he stormed out of the room. Apparently, they got into an argument, and he's on a leave of absence. We talked.
Is he on? It's been verified. He's on a leave of absence.
Yeah, he's on a leave of absence, right, Tom? Yeah, he's on a leave of absence, and
I just find that some of this stuff is just happening so quick. I don't even know what's real and what's not anymore.
Do you think Dan, he's trying to keep his word before he got into that position when he would always preach that, hey, we gotta drain the swamp in that manner as well, and now he can't.
It's the Epstein's files thing, and as far as we know, I mean, maybe there's nothing.
Okay,
maybe there's nothing.
Don't start with me, please.
Of
course, there's everything. Everything is on there.
But I mean, yeah. But for what they're saying is like maybe there, because even Cash Patel said, if there's something, you don't think I would bring it forward if there was something?
Yeah, that's right. So why isn't he bringing forward that 3 minutes of the video footage?
They actually have it now.
From the jail cell that has been edited by Adobe Premiere Pro.
Did you see that this morning?
What?
The breaking news that they actually have footage?
What footage?
Of the 3 minutes. He picked it up.
No way. Okay, let's see. Oh my God.
You like that?
I like that. I did like that. That was a good one, Tom. No, but I mean, that's great. But
it was one. I thought it was only 1 minute. Now we're from 1 minute to 3 minutes. Yeah,
and this is all saved in the when you edit something on any video, it's saved. It shows at what point it was cut and so on and so forth, and it just tells you there's no argument.
Let's just say that there's we don't know any of this stuff. Let's just say that it's like 1970s. You get the news at one time a day, not the national news one time a day, and we just go on with our lives and none of this stuff. It's just so much to consume.
That's why people were happier in 1970s.
Of course they were,
because they were unable to question the government.
Well, they still did. You had Nixon, right? But if you listen to Richard Nixon's interviews now, like after he was president, I mean, this guy was doing a lot of stuff to get rid of the deep state, and that's probably why they were pushing to get rid of him.
The Watergate.
Yeah.
So Israel airstrikes Syria.
Yeah,
that's something that happened this way.
Yeah, but the Catholic Church.
The
Catholic Church.
Is it again is it going to be that pretext that they're hiding in hospitals? Now they're hiding in churches?
I don't think a Jewish country should be bombing a Catholic church. That's not a good. That's not a good look.
Any country should be bombing any religious, site. Like if it's a mosque, a synagogue, or a church, doesn't matter. I mean, look at this. I mean, let's see what the Pope says about this.
Did he even comment?
Yeah. He commented. The Holy Family Church in Gaza has been struck by raid this morning. There are several inquiries that took place, including the parish priest, Father Gabriel Ramadelli, currently there. There are no fatalities confirmed.
Romanelli.
Yeah, but then he, what is it? Romanelli? The church sustained damage. The patriarch will provide additional details upon the confirmation. But yeah, it looks severely damaged, the church.
I don't know.
This is a Fire Holy Family Catholic Church in Gaza using a tank gun, but claims it was an accident. The Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, Cardinal Pizzabella, expressed doubt that the attack was unintentional. But why would they? I just don't get it. Why would they do that?
I thought we were at a ceasefire. I thought they were discussing things.
Especially in Gaza, yeah. Right? I mean, I'm sure there's some, firefights go, on and off, even though, everybody claims a ceasefire, but.
So I'm going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Off topic. Because we were talking about, like, all the stuff coming at us. I remember back in the 70s, there was a thing that people worried about called the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I know that, yeah.
That they said if a plane went over this part or a boat, it would disappear. They thought it was aliens. They thought it was underwater things. I mean, is this all just a bigger what we're dealing with today? Is it just bigger stores, same thing, like just a bunch of bullshit that they're just constantly throwing at us and seeing which one sticks
for like a different agenda?
There's just so much
else.
Yeah,
I mean, the Bermuda Triangle, it's real. A lot of ships actually have sunk over there. It's not like it's a myth.
But were they sunk because there was somebody on them? Was the plane disappear because somebody was on it? I mean, is it all a conspiracy?
Devil's Triangle, a loosely defined. Can you zoom in a little bit, Tom? Loosely defined region, North Atlantic Ocean, roughly bounded by Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Since the mid-20th century, it has been the focus of an urban legend. I mean, suggesting that many aircraft, ships, and people have disappeared. However, extensive investigations by reputable sources, including the U.S. government and scientific organizations, have found no evidence of unusual activity. But it's a fact that ships have sunk there at the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah.
So I just thought
I don't know if are you talking about like the Gaza war, the
the Epstein
attacks,
footage? Why? Yeah, all of this stuff is like, is it all to make us look over here while something's going on over there?
Possibly. I mean,
distractions. I mean,
yeah, these. Like how you go to work, you have a job. I have a job. We concentrate on our work, and we do that 24 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
That's their job. So.
Well, no, you do because you're an entrepreneur.
Well.
You do 24 hours,
yeah.
Not me.
Okay.
Not. I mean, I used to have businesses, but
you know what I'm saying. Like whatever, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter. You're an entrepreneur. You're a stay-home mom or dad or whatever you are. You are concentrating on your daily life, your daily tasks. Pick up the kids, drop off the kids. Do this, do that. Whatever. It doesn't matter. These people, that's their job. They're concentrated, like you said, possibly on a diversion.
Yeah. What happened to Louis Mangione?
Oh yeah, that guy. What happened?
Luigi?
Luigi, yeah.
Yeah. What happened to him?
We forgot about him. He killed.
Because they don't want any copycats. They don't want people saying, you know what, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm going to start taking out CEOs.
That's another myth, right? I mean, when you think about it, that's so interesting. This guy was like an Ivy Leaguer. He came from a wealthy family. Why?
And he was.
Why would he do that?
And there were women that were excited. They wanted to marry him. They're sending him
love letters, right?
Who knows? I mean,
but that's normal. That happens with even with serial killers. People fell in love with serial killers.
Yeah,
like Ted Bundy being one of them. After he got caught in jail, or some other killer, or like the Menendez brothers. One of the Menendez brothers, I think, got married while in jail.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that movie with Sinatra where it was in the 50s or 60s? The Manchurian Candidate.
Oh, I love that movie.
So, I mean, how many of these people do you think?
Yeah, the Manchurian Candidate.
Maybe something was put in their food, or maybe something in their past. They took some kind of drug they didn't know they were taking.
So remember we were talking not too long ago about the Unabomber?
Yeah.
What's his name? Ted
Kaczynski.
Right? So remember we were talking about that he when he went to Harvard, his professor did an experiment on him.
Yeah.
And that professor was a contractor for the CIA. And part of his contract work was to work on MK Ultra, to alter minds and, I don't know, give
LSD,
him
Charles Manson.
drug,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what messed him up, and he became the Unabomber. Rob, the Genius Act. Central banks are taking over stable coins, Bitcoins, Ethereum, XRP, whatever they are.
Is stable coins the same as meme coins?
No, meme coin is something else.
Okay.
Meme coin is like bullshit coin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they call them meme coins. Yeah, but well, I guess they are. It is the same thing, but the reason why they say meme coin is because it's like it's not serious. They would never say meme coin about Bitcoin.
Because it's a picture of a dog or a cat or something like that.
Yeah,
okay.
Whatever it is. So look at this, okay? These are the provisions. There's only going to be 3 permitted issuers: bank subsidiaries, federally licensed non-banks, and state-chartered non-banks. On top of that, every stablecoin must be fully backed by cash, short-term treasuries, or similar liquid federal assets, including tokenized versions. So whatever the dollar amount of coins they have in their bank in reserve, they're supposed to have it backed by cash. And guess what? In my opinion, just like in the beginning when the Federal Reserve was enacted, our cash was supposed to be backed by gold or silver.
Yes.
And now it's not. And maybe 20, 30 years from now, this shit is going to be, actually we got to get off of the cashed backing of the, coins. I think that's.
Well, if these coins are have to be backed by cash, which is backed by nothing, then it's all nothing.
Pretty much. And that's where we're going. And I think that's the purpose of this, for us to get to nothing. Cashless, not backed by anything. So everything is digital, everything can be seen, everything can be tracked. And this Bitcoin thing that is not trackable, people can do all these transactions, nobody can see, that's all going to go away. This is because this is brand new. Anything that's brand new, they will find all the faults of that brand new thing, and then they will reverse engineer it. And I think that's exactly what they're doing right now. And possibly, maybe, they're not going to use Bitcoin as a currency. Instead, the government will issue, in my opinion, their own type of a coin that later on, me and you, that's how we're going to do transactions. You want to go to Starbucks, you send coins instead of a credit card, for example. Your credit card is going to be coins.
So they're going to control the currency so that, they could just take it away.
And this is going back to what you were just saying recently. You were saying, do you think this is a diversion? Do you think they're putting out these Epstein, Israel, Iran, all these things going on, maybe for them to do something else? And this may be actually one of them. Because not a lot of people are talking about the Genius Act. Are they? They're not. This is, yes, it's there. It's in the news. It's, but these bills, when they're written up so, so vague. And the language is so difficult to understand that even attorneys have to hire attorneys to read and understand what it says, Can you imagine the average Joe?
I saw a movie with Justin Timberlake years ago, and it basically, once you hit 18, there's some
in
digital
time. In time. You're talking about in time.
Yeah, and when you work, it gives you points, and you can use those time to buy stuff, and when you run out of time, you're screwed.
Exactly.
This is the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not time. You don't die if you don't have any, but, in theory, you don't die, but in practice, you're not going to be able to do anything. So there's this conspiracy, okay, in quotation. There's this movie director that worked with the Rockefellers. Do you know what I'm talking about? Can you go on YouTube, please?
The ultimate goal that these people have in mind is the goal to create a one world government run by the banking industry, run by the bankers, and they're doing it in sections. The European currency, the euro, and the European Constitution is one part of it. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union, right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is given me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want.
So look, this is this is 2006. Okay.
When did that movie come out?
What movie?
The one with just
In Time movie? 2011 there.
Okay, so they wrote this after this interview.
Maybe, I don't know, but you see what I'm saying? Look, this is 2006. This is kind of what's happening right now. We're turning into a cashless society. The Genius Act, stable coins, coins in general. The government wants to control it. They want to control it via banks, just like they started controlling money with the Federal Reserve. You know, this is going to be another Federal Reserve, in my opinion. And this is where the end is. Chips, people being chipped. So, and people actually are chipped right now. They're doing experiments. You know, this is this is exactly how it's going to happen. Anything that the government wants you to approve of, slowly they will feed you. They will feed you. They will make it normal. They will make sure it's constantly out there. It'll be in commercials. Famous people will do it. Athletes will do it. Stars would do it.
But hold on. Do you think that COVID was a test?
Absolutely. So COVID...
Because you got half of the people that said, I'll do it, and the other half said no.
110%. COVID was a test to see how the public would react to a enhanced government control. Because the government was controlling, right?
You couldn't do anything unless you got that shot.
Exactly. And can you remember what happened to the people that didn't agree and they protested? They turned off the chip, right? What does that mean in today's context? That means they got fired. They couldn't go to work. Major, companies, I'm talking about athletes or, entertainers, major companies that were their, call it? Their sponsors.
Yeah.
Major companies that were their sponsors, they took sponsorships away. You know what I'm saying?
Aaron Rodgers didn't get the shot, and he's now the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay, but this is this year.
That's what I'm saying. But he was demonized for not getting it.
Of course. You get demonized for everything.
So the media demonized people, and I don't know if I told this story, but I went into a Ralph's one time during COVID. No, right after COVID, when the Black Lives Matter riots and all that, the people were stealing. I think 21, and they had no baskets.
Yeah.
You know, the hand baskets?
Uh-huh.
So they had no hand baskets. And when I went to the store, and I'm like, where's your hand baskets? And the woman says to me, oh, they stole them. And I go, they stole them?
Yeah.
I go, so somebody just grabbed a bunch of baskets and walked out? She goes, no. They come in, they take it, they fill it up with food, and they walk out the front door.
Oh, yeah.
And remember that? And I said, well, you guys don't stop. We're not allowed to stop them.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to stop them, but you 5 or 6 of you would jump on my back when I walked into a Ralph's if I didn't have my mask on.
Yeah.
And you demonized me. Says you can't shop here. Maybe I should have just stole.
Yeah.
Maybe then they would have let me go.
Exactly. And you're absolutely right. I think the COVID 100% was a test to see how the sheeple would react. Okay.
Yeah.
And how, the sheeple would, agree or disagree with the government, and how people would demonize other people who wouldn't, who would protest the government. And that's exactly what you're talking about. And this is exactly what he's talking about, Aaron Rousseau, in this video, 2006. And this is where we're going right now with this Genius Act right now.
So we got some spending cuts, right? Is that what we have? Trump has some budget cuts?
Yeah, and some budget cuts that I actually don't agree with. He's cutting from a lot of places that need the money. Look at this, okay? So from the one big beautiful bill, okay, federal spending cuts as of July 2025. One of them is funding for PBS and NPR would be reduced by 80%. 80%, from $525 million to $100 million. And I don't know if you listen to NPR, National Public Radio, or PBS. I think they're both fantastic organizations. NPR is unbiased, in my opinion. Again, maybe there are.
Although they came out and they said they were biased. They came out and they said that they were biased.
I like NPR.
I mean, I listen to everything. So I mean, the thing is, they do lean to the left.
Okay.
And so does Elmo.
Cuts to federal. What do you say?
So does Elmo.
So does Elmo. I don't know that reference.
No, Elmo on Sesame Street. He's on PBS.
Oh, okay. I got it. Cut my dumbass out. Please, release the files. Add real Donald Trump. Child. What? Is that a real tweet?
So they were hacked. Elmo was hacked on Twitter 3 days ago.
Oh, shit.
And I'll show you the tweets that Elmo posted, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
You and your tranny daughter. What the hell? So Elmo got hacked on Twitter. Elmo says, oh shit. Isn't it? Wow. So this is another interesting thing that people, nobody's secure anymore, man.
Nope.
They can hack if they can hack the U.S. government, then you're nothing.
They can hack Elmo?
Elmo is nothing, but the people hack the U.S. government. What are you talking about? There's so many instances the U.S. government has been hacked. So these kids from England hacked then CIA director's phone, and they or his files, personal files. They got his personal cell phone, and they called him up. They called him on his cell phone. Can you imagine? This is a CIA director we're talking about. Who are we? We're nothing.
Going back to the Epstein thing for a second, they say that they have cell phone information from everybody that is on that island, because we get pinged.
Yeah.
So they have numbers of the people that were actually on that island.
Of course.
And why aren't they releasing that?
Yeah.
I mean, they could go get the number. Whose number was this at this time? And
yeah. Why? Because they're the people that this country looks up to. That's why. That's why they're not releasing it.
Okay.
This country will get screwed. But going back to cuts, education and student loans, cuts to federal grants for low-income college students, freezes on teacher training and special education programs. I mean, at least you shouldn't cut that. Fine, you want to cut NPR and PBS, go ahead. But
is that's a college thing, or is that a
no? Cuts to federal grants
Yes.
for low-income college students. The
Okay.
federal government gives grants to
yeah? But the second thing you said was
freezes on teacher training and special education programs. So
that's more of a public thing, public school thing.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, they allocate funds, I guess, to the state. The state allocates it to the local schools and so on, and freezes teacher training and special education programs.
You know what's funny about that is that Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he's governor of California, tried to make the teachers have to go back for training every so many years to update their I don't know, their classes, like how things change. So update their resumes and the union said, no, we're not doing that.
But look
now they're taking the money away from these programs.
Yeah.
And people are complaining. So we're going to have it one way, or we're going to have it the other way. So let's see what happens when it goes back to the states.
And here's the thing, there's a lot of naysayers out there saying, oh, you can't defund the education system. We've given them billions of dollars for them just to fail, okay? That's like giving a professional athlete billions of dollars to strike out every single time at bat. What's happening right now is that we're not putting the right people in the position. It's not about money anymore. It's the people.
No, I know, but you need money to hire the right people. Start paying your educators $100,000 a year.
No,
instead
I agree
of
with
40.
You. No, I agree with you. My point being,
And then you'll be able to pick and choose your educator.
but if we're throwing money at something, you expect it to work, right?
Homelessness.
Okay, no, that's different. Hold on. Let's put it this way: education, teachers going for a job interview. If you pay a teacher $120,000 a year or $150,000 a year, you'll have a lineup of a gazillion teachers, and you, as an administrator, you'll get to choose the best one. Now, whoever has an education degree, okay, they just come, they accept, because nobody wants to be a teacher. There's no money in it. We talked about this a while back ago. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I think it goes even deeper than just not having money. I think the problem is that, parents. This once again, it comes back to the parenting, to the nuclear family. The kids are so disruptive in the classroom. Some of these kids, and the teachers have no power to control them, because then the parents come in and they're going to sue the school department. My son doesn't, or my daughter, blah blah blah. That's another issue. So, as a person trying to teach young people, and you got these. They did this in the 80s. They did movies about it in the inner ghettos, inner cities. How these kids there was no parents home for structure.
Yes, you're right. That has a lot to do with it. But what I'm trying to argue is that if you pay teachers,
well, give me some passion if you're going to argue with me.
If you give teachers enough money, you as an administrator, you'll be able to choose the best ones. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
now
but
whoever comes along, they just accept them for work.
Yeah, because nobody wants to do the job.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to be a teacher.
Are you gonna shovel shit for $100,000 a year? Are you gonna go shovel shit? I could say I want to pay people $150,000 to shovel shit.
Yeah. Okay. Let me bring you an example.
And they're not gonna do it.
The people that pick up your garbage. Do you know how much they make? Do you know how much they make?
How much?
In excess of $100,000. That's like almost the same thing you're talking about. They're always in dirt. They're always in smelly conditions. They pick up shit. Look how much an average garbage man makes. That is so totally untrue. That's not true. Can we? Okay.
Look at nothing against trash people.
Here, hold on.
These
75% waste management trash picker salaries in L.A. There you go. $80,000. The top 10 of earners in this role can make up to $104,000 annually. Okay? Several factors can influence garbage collector salary, including experience, specific employer, and location within LA. For example, ZipRecruiter reports that 75th percentile of waste management, that company, trash pickup salaries in LA is $80,000, and top 10% is $104,000. That's why a lot of people go pick up garbage.
But let's just put this into perspective. You're not starting at 103,000. You're probably starting.
You start at 80, and then a few years later, you're at 104.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you have the young dudes doing all the?
And then you have a teacher.
Plus, this is different. I mean, the trash trucks now, they don't even get out of the truck. No, they push a button.
You're right.
When we grew up, they took the things and poured it in.
That's only for your house. If you go to a commercial one, they gotta take it out. They gotta put it into those, in front of the truck that just rolls it out.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying that doesn't. Nothing against this type of person, but somebody that's educated is not going to do this job. Not going to do that job.
Somebody that's educated. No, I get that. Well, it's not about being educated or not educated.
But you're taking educated people and putting them in classrooms with animals, and they're saying, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
I get that, and that goes back to what you're saying, which comes from the nuclear family, household, parents, single motherhood, single fatherhood.
Hey,
all of that.
If your teacher, when you were young, says, I'm going to call your parents up, did you go? Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Of course.
No.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
But these kids are like, go ahead, here's the quarter. Or, yeah, use my cell phone. I'll give you. I mean, they're just they're just
No, you were scared. You know, I was scared for my parents
because they know the parents are gonna come and say,
Yeah.
"Not my kid. My kid didn't do that."
Yeah.
It's like you. You know what I mean? That's why these jobs are hard because people are just like, I don't want to be stressed out anymore.
with kids.
Well, going to school. Imagine going to school, having a plan every day. You get, you're correcting papers, and my son, what has he got an F for? He should have got a C.
Yeah.
You're fighting a losing battle.
Yeah. Anyways,
It's a big cluster. It's like trying to say it's one issue or not. It's so many issues of the erosion of this country over the last several decades because people are not paying attention. All they give a shit about is just do it. Just do it. Have a good time. You're like, no, man.
well, let's hope that changes.